not me. And I'm Anthony. So today we're going to talk about Ilhan Abdullah Omar. She's an American politician serving the U.S. representatives for Minnesota's 5th Congressional District since 2019. She's a member of the Democratic Party. Before her election to Congress, Omar served in the Minnesota House of Representatives from 2017 to 2019, representing part of Minneapolis. Her congressional district includes all of Minneapolis and some of its first-ring suburbs. So, all right, nothing big and fancy here. However, there's a lot of speculation about her history and how her brother even got his green card. Now, before I get into all that, she is just constantly on TV going off on the American people and Donald Trump and talking about how racist everybody is and how we're all trash. So let's dig a little bit deeper into who she is. First off, she's a politician. So let's start there, okay? All right. So net worth as of 2024, her net worth is projected at $83 million. Now her salary is $316,000 a year, $25,000 a month. Now, someone like me, that's amazing. That's incredible. I could live fantastic on that. However, somehow she has managed, in the time that she's been in the government, to turn her $316,000 a year into $83 million. I don't know. That sounds like some insider trading to me, but who knows? But that's just the tip of the iceberg. So there's also these stories that are going around that she married her brother in order to get him citizenship. So let's take a look at that. So for years, critics of Representative Omar have raised questions about her marriages and made the explosive claim that she had married her brother. As Omar becomes a frequent target of attacks by President Donald Trump, allies of the president have only ramped up their criticism of the Congresswoman. She makes it easy to criticize, I'm telling you. Who was a refugee and is now a naturalized U.S. citizen of Somali descent. Now, she was just online praising the president of Somalia and congratulating, saying that's her president and stuff like that. She separates herself completely from the United States every chance she gets, but yet she's paid hundreds of thousands of dollars and has made millions of dollars by being in our government. So it's hard to really even wrap my head around what kind of stuff she's really messing with since she's that involved. Trump himself mentioned the allegation that Omar had married her brother on July 17th, talking to reporters before boarding Marine One. Trump said, "There's a lot to talk about. The fact that she was married to her brother. I know nothing about it." In a June 23rd article, the Star Tribune wrote it could neither conclusively confirm nor rebuke the allegation that he is Omar's sibling. That echoed the conclusion by Snoops.com in February 2019 that the evidence uncovered thus far isn't definitive enough to come down on either side or the other. That's disturbing. Like, you should be able to prove whether or not you married your brother. Which is, oh man, especially for a green card, that's illegal as hell. I don't know how she's in the government. She needs not only removed from our government, she needs deported. Like, she's out there. All right. Okay, so check this out. Here are some of the key points from the Star Tribune. Okay, in 2002, Omar, then 19, religiously married Ahmed Hirsi, but not legally. Okay, Omar and Hirsi have had 2 children, but in 2008 they obtained a religious divorce. In the following year, in 2009, Omar married Ahmed Nur Said Elmi, both religiously and legally. Now, did she have kids with her brother? Little is known about Elmi other than Omar has referred to him as a British citizen and that he attended high school in Minneapolis area and later attended North Dakota State University. 2011, Omar and Elmi divorced religiously but remained married legally. And in 2012, Omar and Hirsi reconciled and had a third child. In 2017, Omar legally divorced Elmi, and the following year she legally married Hirsi. Okay. In 2016, as Omar was seeking the state house, the conservative website Alpha News, and then followed by their ideological sites, posted a screenshot of an Instagram post, since deleted, that was allegedly uploaded by Elmi on June 12, 2012, shortly after Omar gave birth to her third child. The caption of photograph identified Elmi as holding the baby girl, calling her nieces. To some, this suggests a sibling relationship. Ooh. Omar has denied the allegation that Elmi is her brother. She's called the charges disgusting lies, but has not provided any further documentation to debunk it. She did tell the Star Tribune on October 28, before she was elected to Congress, that it's really strange, right, to prove a negative. If someone was asking me, do I have a brother by that name, I don't. In 2019, different problem emerged during an investigation of alleged misuse of campaign funds by Omar. Oh dear, Omar. A Minnesota campaign finance board determined that Omar had filed joint tax returns with her future husband, Hirsi, at the time when she was legally married to Elmi. She's just all over the place. So, let's take a look at this.
Don Samuels seized on reports of fraud against the husband of Representative Ilhan Omar, his opponent in the race for Congress. At a press conference Thursday, I asked him when a spouse's business ventures should become fair game for political attacks.
When the funds are from family source, especially when the family source of those funds come from the public.
A decade ago, the FBI investigated whether Samuels used his position on Minneapolis City Council to funnel money to his wife's nonprofits.
It was based on no facts. I was running for mayor, and evidently somebody wanted to take me out.
He says the FBI dropped it soon after he gave an interview. In the case of Tim Minette, whose LinkedIn page shows he was a partner in the E Street Group along with Will Haler, there's no publicly known criminal investigation, but there may be something behind the scenes.
We have connected with federal law enforcement on this. I believe that they're looking into it as we speak.
Ned Horsted is the CEO of a South Dakota cannabis company that gave Haler and Minette's company $3.5 million to kickstart investments, but ended up with about $1.8 million back and a court judgment, an IOU for the other $1.7 million. Omar's office tells me she has no involvement in any business ventures, and the situation reeks of political desperation. Horsted says he never dealt with Omar and didn't even have direct conversations with Minette, but he's not convinced they're unaware.
If you have a two-person business and one of them is a spouse of a member of Congress, it seems suspicious, to say the least, that they never knew about $3.5 million that came into the bank account. They never knew that 1.7 went missing.
The lawyers for Minette and Haler say they absolutely did not intend to defraud anyone in that cannabis business or in a winery deal that's also the subject of a civil lawsuit.
Now we know where she's getting all this money. They're stealing it, losing it. But we're going to end on this. A petition to deport Ilhan Omar, circulated by Texas Republicans. Away. Thank you. All right. Representative Brandon Gill, a first-term lawmaker from Texas, has circulated a petition calling for Representative Ilhan Omar, a United States citizen, to be deported. Yes, please. Omar, a Minnesota Democrat, decried the effort, saying it was truly disgusting that members of the Republican Party felt emboldened to engage in racist and, quite frankly, fascist remarks. Please. She's like the most racist person we have in our government. And she's blatant about it. It's insane. Republicans have clashed with Omar, one of 2 Muslim women in Congress, since she arrived in the House of Representatives in 2019. She became a citizen in 2000 when she was 17. She arrived in the U.S. as a refugee during the Somali Civil War in 1995. The petition comes as President Donald Trump signed several executive orders and issued directives to carry out on his promise of mass deportation of those in the U.S. illegally since returning to the White House in January. Well, you're doing a lot of illegal stuff, allegedly. Trump made immigration a central theme of his successful presidential campaign. Americans largely support immigration reform overhaul, but disagree about how policies such as deportation should be carried out. In a fundraising email entitled Petition, Deport Ilhan Omar, first reported by Axios, Gill's campaign called for supporters to sign a petition for Omar to be deported to Somalia. Yes, go back. Just go back. If you like it back there, you're so proud of them, and it's so great there, then go back. Why are you here if you hate it here so much? I don't get this. Why do so many people stay here if they hate it so much? If we are so damn terrible, why do you keep coming? If all these other countries are so great and their laws are so much better, then go. None of us are begging you to stay here. Friend, we should have never let Ilhan Omar into our country, the email said, and frankly, America would be a much better place if she were sent back to Somalia. I agree 100%. But if you don't, or if you do, let me know in the comments. Let's get this feed fired up. I'd like to know what everybody thinks about this. It's about time this stuff starts coming out. Like, we've been begging for years for the government to do something about all the bullshit going on inside the government. And now that it's finally happened, people are freaking out, but I'm excited as hell. Let's see. The video shows a room full of unidentified people before cutting to a clip of Omar in a different room telling a reporter that people are not obligated to answer questions from U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, and urged him to learn the laws and prepare herself. That's another thing. She was caught coaching illegal aliens on how to get around ICE so that they didn't get deported. And it was like on Instagram or TikTok or something like that, but they like had the videos of it, and she was trying to say that no, it's completely legal. Omar is hosting a free workshops for Somalians who are in our country illegally on how to evade ICE and deportation. It could not be more blatant. Ilhan Omar is more loyal to illegal Somalians than she is to the United States or the office that she was elected, and to the people she was elected by. Went on to accuse her of facilitating a full-scale invasion of our country. A normal society would refer to that as treason. But regardless of labels, one thing is clear. The time has come to arrest and deport Ilhan Omar. And I agree 100%. If I was in Texas, I'd be signing this petition right away. I wish there was a way that the rest of us could get in on it too, because yeah, she was elected, but if she's hurting our country, then she needs removed. If all she wants to do is tear us apart, then she doesn't need to be in control of anything. So, anyways, like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, if you thought it was some good information. If you'd like to see some more, I've got a lot of stuff out there and a lot more coming. Thanks. Have a great day.